For outlaws, by outlaws.
In this video, we will be going over the top 10 scariest things in Red Dead Redemption 2. Let's get into it. Roll intro. Number 10. The St. Denis Fence. St. Denis may look like a beautiful city, and it's arguably one of the best areas of the game, but it has an undeniable dark side. Brother Dorkins sends Arthur to investigate the fence, claiming that it is used in human trafficking. Sure enough, Arthur finds two chained-up slaves in the basement. It's a very creepy encounter. The dark staircase portends some unimaginable sight, and the chain people make for a disturbing find. It's horror based on reality, and that's often the scariest of all. Number 9. Rhodes Gunsmith. There is a similar encounter in the Rhodes gun store. This place harbor a very disturbing secret. The Rhodes townspeople often voice their reluctance about the store's owner, claiming that he has been acting strangely and that he is allegedly seeing the ghost of his dead son. But Arthur investigates. He finds a young boy chained in his basement as the owner was using him as a surrogate son. It's a horrifying discovery. Number 8. The Disease. There is a small town called Armadillo, far out in New Austin, which is in the midst of an apocalyptic desertion thanks to an outbreak of cholera. There are burning bodies in the street, and everyone is telling you to be aware and leave. Number 7. The UFO Cabin. Located in the state of New Hanover is Hanny's Bethel, a long-abandoned cabin. Inside the cabin are the horrifying skeletal remains of a cult, with the bones still residing within the robes. That sighting is creepy enough, but should the pair come back at 2 a.m., they will face an unsettling UFO encounter that sees Arthur getting bathed in otherworldly green light. Number 6. The Serial Killer. It is very creepy and unsettling when you come across Edmund Lowry Jr.'s work. It typically begins with finding a severed limb or a pool of blood in the wild and following it to the rest of the desecrated remains. These are hauntingly brutal sights, and the contrast between the grisly remains and the surrounding natural beauty makes for an effective tonal whiplash. Number 5. Osman Grove. Players can be going on an horse ride and come across an innocent seemingly cabin, but going inside they will find the decomposing remains of an entire family, including the corpse of a child. It surely is a startling sight. Number 4. Tall Trees. The area is littered with horrific works of the Skinner brother, the ruthless killers who torture and mutilate their victims. The area is creepy enough as it's covered with dense foliage and thick trees that significantly restrict visor, but the images of the Skinner brothers' work is almost too much to bear and gives of a creepy vibe. Number 3. The Roanoke Whispers. There is a forest populated by eerie whispers. If the player walks through the wooded area of Roanoke Valley, they will hear the terrifying sounds of whispering people. Not only is the source of the whispers a mystery, but they say some incredibly creepy things like, "I need to go back home." It's enough to make a player turn off the game and take a breather. Number 2. The Night Folk. The swamp is a scary enough location, but the night folk make it creepier. The instigating moments are also very creepy, as the player typically encounters an unsettling sight, like a crying woman or a body hanging from a tree. But then the night folk run out dressed like zombies, totally silent, and brandishing weapons that can kill Arthur in one strike. They make traveling through the swamps a very harrowing ordeal. Number 1. The Swamp Ghost. The ghost of Agnes Dound can be found in the swamp area at 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. typically on foggy nights. The sight of the glowing ghost alone in the swamp is terrifying, as are the things she says. Agnes will typically recount the events that led to her death, and in the last encounter, she will directly address Arthur and lead him to the tree where she hung herself. It's enough to give any player goosebumps. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe for more Red Dead Redemption 2 videos. And by the way guys, I will make a part 2 to the scariest things in Red Dead Redemption 2. and beware, it's going to be scarier.